I have quite a few Le Mans builds for 700 pp for a bunch of random different cars that I figured I'd try and use, as it does get a bit monotonous trying to use the same car all the time. So here I got a replica of the old C2 Z06 race car, which was from an old Gran Turismo. I believe I remember driving it in 3, but it could have been in 2 or 1. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I remember this car being particularly overpowered early on in the game, as it had a lot of horsepower, low weight, and would go easily above 200 mile an hour without even any modifications. So I'll show you what I've got for this particular setup. I'm just going to go to the car settings and show you what I've installed, rather than going to the tuning shop and showing you what to put on, because it might be a little bit quicker. If you want me to go more in depth, let me know in the comments. So I'll go through the parts I've installed first. We'll go to the permanent mods. I've got the high lift cams, I've got the racing crankshaft, weight reduction stage 1 and 2, and increased body rigidity. And then all the bolt-on parts I'll go through as we get to them. Start off with our racing hard tyres. You'd obviously want to buy intermediates and wets as well, because you are racing this at Le Mans. Your fully customizable suspension. I've set my body height 105 at the front, 115 at the back. Anti-roll 6 at the front, 5 at the back. Compression 33. Expansion on 40. Natural frequency on 3 and 2.9. Negative camber on 3 front and back. Toe angle 0.25 out at the front and 0.10 at the back. Fully customizable diff set at 15, 15, 15. Downforce, I haven't put any parts on. I don't think I've got a wide body on this, because it would say over here if I had a wide body. But I don't think this particular car has a wide body, and it has wide rims, wide offset stock size. So if you wanted to know that, there we go. Obviously no downforce, fully customizable output at 95, 23 kilos of ballast at plus 50, power restrictor haven't touched, racing transmissions auto set to 310. So no gears have been changed on that, but if you want to see the gears, that's the gears, but I haven't adjusted any of these. So just auto set it to 310 and that's it. Nitrous you can't use, so I haven't installed it. No turbo, obviously, no anti-lag. Intercooler I didn't install. I put the low-end torque supercharger on, just so that I get a bit more low-end power, because if you see the power curve, it does dip off quite quickly at about, I'm guessing about 7,000 RPM. So I wanted the low end torque one so that the torque would come in earlier and last longer. If you had the higher end torque one, it would be more peaky, as you can see from this. Actually, it's not too bad, but it was just a bit more power that you didn't really need. So I kept it on the low end supercharger, racing air cleaner, racing silencer, stock manifold, drilled discs. You can put whatever discs you want. I just chose to put the racing drill, just make sure they're the racing ones. Racing pads, hydraulic handbrake, just in case you're in weird situations. I didn't put brake balance on this. I should put brake balance on it and put it towards the front, so the front tires would wear out a little bit more, but that's up to you. You can install that if you want. Steering angle adapter I put on just to help with counter steering, because you will be counter steering quite a bit using this setup. Obviously no four-wheel steering system. Clutch and flywheel on racing, and I didn't put carbon prop on this because you wouldn't have had one back in the 60s. So that's it for the setup for this. I'll leave a link in the description for the livery that I chose. I'll make sure to put it on other videos as well. This livery was not made by me, so first line of the description will be the link to the livery, and we'll take it out to Le Mans and see how this car performs. So what you're going to want to do, bring your fuel map to 6, and you'd want to shift about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way up the shift line, because at a certain point the power just falls off very quickly. You don't want to brake and turn at the same time, and you want to be pretty sensitive with your steering, because this is an old car that wants to kill you. No downforce either, so you're relying on the lack of mechanical grip it has, so you're leaning on the tyres quite a lot. This isn't like a replay of the race, this is like a live lap that we're doing right now, so I'll take you through a sighting lap of it. Brake as early as you need to for the corners, and then you let go of the brake and let the car roll through the corner. As this car does not like trail braking, it will just go straight, and you don't really want to be doing that. As you can see, way past the top speeds of any of the Group 4 cars in this race. Just be sensitive with your throttle out of the corner as well. You will spin up the tyres quite easily, so you can fiddle around with the diff settings for that if you really need to. This isn't a car for the faint of heart. You want to be... this is an engaging car to drive. This isn't monotonous like the easy cars to drive, like the Red Bull and any sort of four-wheel drive car you drive on this track. Love the sound of it as well. Little 327 cubic inch, which I think is about 5.4 litres, I think. 5.3, 5.4 litres, something like that. Very nice car to drive, just this is not for a beginner to use. What else is there to say about this? I mean, it looks really nice. Reminds me of the old C2 Z06 C2 race car, obviously I mentioned previously, back from Gran Turismo 3. Interior's old school. Get the supercharged from the interior, that's pretty fun. Oh, so you got a penalty for that. But I usually like driving hood view. If you haven't seen my video previously, I did make a video on my controller mappings and how it may help you get faster. I'll put a link in I'll put a card in the top of the screen for that. But I do enjoy making those sorts of videos which help people out, just from another perspective, from like an average racer like myself. I wouldn't say I'm fast, I wouldn't say I'm particularly slow. I'm probably below average, I'd imagine, in terms of pace and driving skill, but if this helps someone out, then that's good. So we're coming up to the end of the lap. We've still got 2.6 laps of fuel left, so we should be good. Make sure to keep an eye on the weather radar when you're doing this race. This guy won't move out of the way. And we'll call it a day. Make sure you like, comment, keep engaged on the videos so it gets picked up by the algorithm. Post notifications, make sure you turn them on so you know when I upload next. And I'll catch you in the next video.